to the mindset, from the roots to the crown, we define. Real talk, real love, perfect timing. It's the nappy dreamer, getting all the vibe, but key or blame. Yeah, we talking real life, from fake to the pain, we just keeping it right. Love, money, self-worth, sweeping it light. Generational curses, yeah, we breaking that chains. Single dollar mama, still we healing the home. Black joy, black love, yeah, we shifting up from where we lost every lesson, it's a part of the game. Body, soul, yeah, we tapping you in. Safe space, no judgment, let the healing begin. If you're searching for your purpose, let it start from within. We just planting them seeds, watch you bloom and ascend. The melanin mindset, where we grow within.
What's good, everybody, and welcome if it's your first time viewing. Welcome back if you're returning. I'm the Nappy Dreamer.
And I'm Kia Blaine.
And we are the Melanin Mindset. All right, well, listen, if you are streaming from YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to the Melanin Mindset. Turn on the notification bell so you can be among the first to know when the Melanin Mindset goes live each week, Monday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Make sure that turn on notification bells. Follow us on Facebook at the Melanin Mindset. Follow us on Instagram, Melanin Mindset _. On Threads, Melanin Mindset _ and on the good old tick of the talk at the Melanin Mindset. So listen, no matter where you are viewing us from, we want you to comment down below right now and just let us know. Doesn't matter where you're viewing us from. Just comment down below and let us know. Friend, that was it.
That was it, girl. You done. You finished.
I'm done. Just that quick. He said, put it banner up for now. On.
Don't be again. We're not starting Stanley stuff this early on in the episode. Yeah, cut it out.
We didn't even start
You
yet.
coming in like you bossing somebody around, telling people what to do.
Probably because I took too long to put the thing on the screen.
So today, guys, we're talking about community and more in detail. What happened? What happened to community? What happened to the village? Is there a generational disconnect? And like, what happened and how can we get it back? So our objective today is to talk about the community, especially how it portrays across generations, why people feel more disconnected today. And we're going to talk about, specifically, since we are the Melanin Mindset, the Black community. So people always say Black community this, Black community that. What exactly does that mean? Like, where is it, friend? Where's the Black community? Can I put it in my GPS? Can I navigate to the Black community? Is it a neighborhood? Is it a church? Is it a culture? You know, what is the Black community? Can something still be called a community if the members don't know each other, don't trust each other, and don't show up for one another?
That's a
so you know around here what we like to start with. We like to start with a good old definition. So we're going to start with the definition of community. So a community is defined as a group of people connected by shared experiences, values, geography, culture, responsibility, or purpose, who actively support, protect, and invest in and show up for one another. Like, those are some really big action words there. That is what makes a community. And then we're going to further define the Black community as a traditionally referred to a collective network of Black families, churches, businesses, organizations, and neighborhoods that provide social support, economic cooperation, cultural identity, protection, and advocacy in response to both shared experiences and systematic barriers. So that's what we're going to refer to for the rest of the episode as the Black community. So we do have some guests today, guys. We have 4 other panelists, and we're going to go ahead and bring them in. And I'm going to ask the panelists this as they come in. Well, I'll ask them once they get in there. I don't want to make it too difficult.
Oh, you're not going to do one at a time? You can do one at a time if that's what you want to do, friend.
What do you mean?
I can bring them one at a time if you want to introduce them.
And then what I'm going to do? Ask them the question when they come in, or just introduce them? Well, you got to introduce them one at a time anyway.
That's fair. Let's go. We got Cassandra Josie. We got Valerie Charles. We got Coach Beck. And we got Maya Macon joining us this evening. Y'all give it up one time for the one time for our special guest. Let me get this off your forehead. Cassandra, you're on mute. All right.
Okay.
So
There we go. Good evening, ladies. Good evening. So we're gonna
Evening.
Good evening.
let's start with Cassandra and then go around. I think everybody looking at it the same way, right? So we're gonna go from Cassandra to Valerie. I want you to introduce yourself. And I kind of want you to share what life season you're in or generation and answer what you think of when you hear the word community and what's like your first feeling about community.
Life seats. Okay, so let me start. Cassandra Josie. I am an Atlanta native, Grady baby. So if you're from Atlanta, you already know what that means. However, so the people from Atlanta won't get it screwed. I'm Decatur via Grady baby. So Atlanta. That's the whole
Okay.
thing. So I am the founder of Empowered Women of Prayer, based out of Atlanta, but we're global because we are virtual. And so the question was my life season. Hmm.
Yeah.
Um,
Like what generation would you consider yourself?
she
I
low
think
key
I'm
trying to find out how old you are without you saying your age.
I'm
Pretty much.
okay.
Pretty much. That's where we at with this.
So I am 52. 52.
Oh, nice.
50-year-old mom. I have 5 sons. Yeah. I feel like I'm all generations because I have 5 sons, ranging from
Mm-hmm.
32 to 21, and I have 4 grandchildren. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like I have to adapt to all of them. So I feel
There we
like
go.
all of them,
Oh,
right?
we're gonna touch on that. We're gonna touch on that. But all right. All
All right.
right. Miss Multi-generational. All
Right.
right, Miss Valerie, it's on you.
Hello. I am from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Um, and I believe my generation, I am fully Generation X.
Mm-hmm.
But like you, I could definitely say that I have two boys. One is 25 and the other is 22. So I get a chance to actually grow with them as well
Yeah.
and live through their experiences as well as Black men. So I also believe that with my experiences in life, when it comes to community, I'm looking at like a mutual care, a common goal when it comes to community, especially in the Black community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Miss Coach Beck. Is that what we're going by today, Coach Beck?
We are going by that today. My
Okay.
government name is Rebecca Townsend. I'm also known as Coach Beck. I
Okay.
am the proud owner of Revive Life Coaching Consultants, also the Revive Community. And you want to know what age group I come from? I come from the old lady gang. Okay.
Okay, old lady
I
gang. Okay,
am
old lady gang.
62 on my birthday. And I have
Okay.
3 adult children. I love adult children. I love them because they're
Mm-hmm.
gainfully employed. I praise God for that. And I have one grandson, he's 11. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I think of community, I think about when I grew up in my community that if you went to your neighbor's house and you didn't speak, they would get you snatched all the way
Yeah.
together. And your neighbors had permission to pop you on your behind
Mm-hmm.
if you got out
And
of
get you
order.
all the way
And then you
together.
go and tell your mama and you get another pop on your behind. I miss
Mm-hmm.
that. I think we need that back.
Mm-hmm. Because I got to get told that you got popped. Now you getting popped
Yeah,
again.
yeah. Why you being disrespectful to the community?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, and last but certainly not least, little Maya.
Hi, I am
Mm-hmm.
Maya Macon. I am from Florida, the 561. Okay. Um,
Okay.
I have no kids. Right now I am just building up my life. I'm 27, so I am considered older Gen Z.
Mm-hmm.
Emphasis on the older Gen Z because there is
Mm-hmm.
a distinct difference
Yeah.
between the older Gen Z and newer Gen Z.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. That's great.
Oh,
And
and
then
my community, what I think about community, I kind of can resonate with what Coach Beck said. Like, I grew up with a community where we basically all my neighbors knew each other. We all um basically like grew up together. They seen me grow up.
And if I needed anything, I could go to my neighbor. I could
Mhm.
ask for help. They watched out for us and vice versa. So I grew up with that type of community. I grew up with playing with neighbor kids in the neighborhood, knowing their parents, who their parents were. So I miss that I miss that growing up, because I feel like these kids nowadays won't even know what that
They don't
is.
know. They
They
don't
don't.
know.
They don't.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
They really
Mhm.
don't. That's probably the saddest part is that they don't. And from what am I? I am like a cusper, so I am a millennial, but I'm on the higher end of the millennial. So
Oh.
like as like Maya said, I guess I'm an older millennial. Um,
Mhm.
I'm old enough to not have had a computer at some point in my life, and
Mhm.
also young enough to have migrated into computers, being in
Right.
teaching class. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's the age group. And for me, community is everything, bro. Community growing up, I was definitely the kid who I would go next door because we grew up in my hometown. I I'd say 80% of the people in my hometown are a relative in some way, shape, or form. Because my hometown is probably as big as the office I'm sitting in right now. And
Mhm.
so, needless to say, we all got on the same school buses together. We all got off the same spot. We all ate at the same location after school and did our homework in the same room.
Mhm.
So, the kids who we hung out with were 9 times out of 10 kids from church. They lived in the same on the same block we lived on, and if they parents had something to say, like Coach Beck said, they could go and snatch you one time and drag you to your parents' house. And heaven forbid, I'll say it that way, um,
Mhm. Mhm.
that your parents were at home to receive you. It would
Yeah.
be better if they had a chance to simmer down before they got there, but don't let them be home when you got brought back home.
Mhm.
And yeah, so that was the era I grew up in. It was very much so a you have the same respect that you have for your parents for
Mhm.
the person who lived down the block.
Very true.
So yeah.
True.
Mhm.
And you, Fran?
I am right on that line of the end of Gen X and the first year of millennial. And I will say I do feel like I operate in both spaces very strongly. For me, community, I don't feel like community was so much like we were the family. I didn't come from the greatest community. Like it was a little hood, you know? And I feel like we were the good kids in the community. So the way community worked was I know you ain't out here, or I know your mama don't know you out here. You better
Yeah.
get back in the house. So it was
Yes.
community in that aspect. Like I always felt like somebody was gonna tell on me.
Hmm.
So I can't we were good. We stayed good because I didn't want none of Linda smoke.
Mm.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, I that resonates big. And they would
Mhm.
they tell my grandma,
Yep.
and then God forbid they told my granddaddy. Cause
Mhm.
listen, if granddaddy had to get you, it was over for everybody. Cause he
Hmm.
mad that you didn't handle it when you seen me cutting up. Cause why you ain't had to tell me that she was doing it? You didn't do anything to stop it. So now you in trouble and I'm in trouble. We in trouble
And
together.
Yeah.
we
We
always
in
in
trouble
trouble.
together.
Yeah. So when did we stop knowing our neighbors? Like I
Mm.
can honestly say where I live at now. Now my husband is the one that go out there and talk to the people. I don't know them people. And I'm fine just staying in the house and not knowing the people. I don't know why. Like I'm okay. My husband know 'em and my son. They the little social butterflies. Now, mind you, there are 6 houses on my block. So it's not like it's a whole bunch of people for me to go out here and meet. I can
Yeah.
know these people, but I don't know. I'm comfortable. Not knowing. I wave. We do the whole driveway thing. You know, when they drive by, I wave. They wave. They know who I am. I know who
You
they
ain't even
are.
got a
But
last name. You can't be like that's the Santiagos that live next door.
could I?
No.
Mm-mm.
No, I know the
That's
first name of the guy in the
Wait,
first
we
house.
said no.
That's it.
Yeah.
No.
That's it.
Mm-mm.
I don't know my neighbors' names, but we speak every day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like I got a neighbor who legit was getting ready to come and knock on my door because they hadn't seen me walk down them stairs in a couple of days.
That's
Oh,
good.
Okay.
Oh.
That's
So
good.
I don't know their names, and I've been told their names. That's the worst part.
Mm.
So I've
Yeah.
been told their names. I've introduced myself. I've even given a piece of cake to a couple of my neighbors because my dad bakes. But do I know their names? No. So
What about you
yeah.
guys? Y'all know y'all neighbors?
I do. I know my neighbors.
Give
Yeah.
a shout out to your neighbors.
I know.
Shout out
Mr.
to
Wright,
you.
Mr. Leroy Wright.
I didn't know who my neighbors were when I was living in my other community, but
Yeah.
I've moved back into like basically like where I grew up with my nana. So I know the neighbors, but most of them are like older. They were older,
Mm-hmm.
so and they're like passed away.
Oh
So
boy.
I think we only have a few like original neighbors that still live on the street. So I don't think for long I'll be knowing my neighbors anymore.
Yikes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Now,
Well,
did
I
they
mean, I
go
was
ahead?
gonna say that I know my neighbors only because they're my in-laws. My neighbors are my brother-in-laws.
Okay.
Wow.
That's not
Wow.
Oh,
So if I don't
that
know them, I
count.
already got problems.
yeah. So we rebuilding our community by making us the
We
community.
building our own
Right.
community.
I know
Absolutely.
that's right.
There it
Hold
is.
Mm-hmm.
on, wait. As you should.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm,
I love it.
mhm.
Cassandra, you know your neighbors.
I don't. I actually
Mm.
just moved like last year. I know them.
You
I'm with.
did,
I'm with
yeah.
you. I'm with you. I know them by sight. We see each other. I know more of their dogs. Like I know 3 dogs' names: Chloe,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We got to get into that. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Banter, and Jimmy. I know the dogs because they. Those are the
Is
dogs.
the
I don't
dog
know the
named
owners.
Jimmy?
Jimmy, and he looks
Who's
like
they
a
mad
Jimmy
at?
too.
Who's they mad at naming that dog
Wait.
Jimmy?
She said they look like a Jimmy. What does a
It
Jimmy
look
look like, Cassandra?
I don't know. You know that rustic little shaggy look. Like he don't
Okay.
he ain't
Oh
well
Okay,
my
groomed.
God.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
He ain't well groomed, but he'll
It's
treat you
going in the
right.
right direction.
It is. It really is. It really is.
Cassandra. Her husband's name is Jimmy.
She described. She
And
described
Yes.
he
him.
has somewhat of a rustic look.
She
He
Okay.
described. She
So you were
described him
on
spot
point.
on.
You were on
Mhm.
point with it. I was like, wait a minute now. I've
Wait a
seen
minute.
Jimmy.
She might have something there. She might have
All
something there.
I'm saying.
but like
Look.
you said, he's social. Jimmy is social.
And so is Jimmy.
And so is
These are
Jimmy.
Yeah.
not
And
going
so
down the
is
right
Jimmy.
pipe.
I guess
Mm-hmm.
the dog got the right name. The
He
dog
got the
got the
right
right
name.
name,
That's
y'all.
right.
He
Mm-hmm.
looked like a Jimmy and act like
That
He
is
one.
looked like
funny.
a
I did
Jimmy
not
and
know
act
that.
like a Jimmy.
I did
Mm-hmm.
not know. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry, Jimmy.
Oh, Lord.
Look.
We're going to
Wow.
apologize after this is over.
Wow. Jimmy said, wow.
I'm sorry.
Now we did get our first comment in the chat. I had put it up on the screen while we were sharing that bit there. It says many millennials began to ignore neighbors and object correction. Thoughts on that,
Okay,
anyone?
who's the millennials? That'd be me and you.
Yeah. So I would
I ain't gonna
say
say
that
no. I ain't gonna say no.
that's not a no. That's not a no at
I'm
all
not gonna say
because
I 100% agree, but there's some truth
yeah, I
there.
don't 100% agree, but I also am not going to say no because that whole stranger danger thing became a thing for
Yes.
millennials. That's
Yeah.
when it started.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stranger danger started in the millennial era. So yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
I'm not
think
disagreeing
also
with you at all.
I think also people start moving away from the community, the close-knit communities, right? We're moving on up to the east side. So we move into communities where people are spread apart a little bit. They don't,
Mhm.
when Maya was saying that she grew up in a neighborhood where they grew up together. When you grow up together, you know everybody, and those people stay there for years and years and years. But when people start getting a little bit affluent, they start moving
Yeah.
out further away. And when you get into those sometimes mixed cultures or
Yeah.
neighbor gated neighborhoods and whatnot, we don't connect like we did in our neighborhoods. And one big thing, kids don't play outside no more.
Nope.
Yeah. Right.
At all.
No.
Because let me tell you something. Even if you didn't want to talk, if you was like me and Cassandra, and we don't need to talk to them. Them doggone kids would link up and
Right,
schedule a whole doggone play date,
right,
and then
Yep.
here you are friends with the neighbor. You don't know how we ended up here. And like,
right.
How we
how
get here? How
where
we
you
get
live
here?
at? How you?
And
Yeah.
who are
Okay.
I
you?
was in a bicycle gang,
See,
and
the kids bring
it
the
was like
kids, the
about
kids bring the
it
families
was about
together.
10 or 11 of us, and we would just be riding our bikes down the
Yeah.
street, round the block,
You
like
was in a little
It was the
gang.
fact that she said
yeah,
Do y'all know
bicycle
about
A
that?
gang,
Bicycle
bicycle
gang.
gang.
They was a
We called it
bicycle
a
a
gang.
bicycle
gang.
gang. Yeah.
not a
I
bicycle
love
club,
it.
a group
Nope.
of bicyclers. She was in a bicycle gang, y'all.
She
Yeah.
No,
said
because
gang.
Said
Because once
gang.
it's more than four, y'all a gang.
That is a
Yeah.
Yeah.
game.
It's a
Like
whole
you
gang of
gang
them
right
kids
here.
coming down the street.
Gang of them
Seen them?
kids come down the street on them bikes.
We used to
I
chase the
must
ice
say,
cream truck.
I must say
Hmm.
though, I don't know if you guys can hear me. Um, I was a latchkey kid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
I was a latchkey kid, and in, when I was growing up, you had a set time to make it home. You got
Mm-hmm.
off the school bus, and then after that, you went inside, you locked the door because mom, who was
Hmm.
the backbone, was at work. So
Yeah.
until she got home, you cannot go outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
And I also had neighbors that, because I was a latchkey, and we had many latchkey kids in our neighborhood where
Hmm.
we all went home at the certain time. When our parents came home, we all went outside at a designated time. So it was
Okay.
like I got home at 3. My mom came in home by like 5:30, 6 o'clock.
You was out of there.
Hopefully, yeah, I would, but I had to make sure the chicken was in the sink. I
You
had to make
definitely
sure
did.
that this food was on the stove. I had to make sure that I did my duties before I did all my homework, all of that before I
And
hit the
you did it
streets.
because you wanted to go outside.
That's it.
Yeah.
I
You
needed
just
to
want
get
to go
out.
outside. And,
I
man,
needed to get
listen.
out. So
My mom used to get home by the time the ice cream truck was coming. That was the best part of my mom
yeah,
coming home from work.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely a latchkey kid too. We came in, locked the door, like you said.
yeah,
And then, but we had to call my mom. We had to call at her job. Now, mind
First.
you, we calling
yes,
up to her job, talking about something. Excuse me, can I speak with Miss Denise?
yes,
Like,
yes,
Hmm.
yes,
my mom get
Hmm.
on the phone. All right, you in the house? Did you lock the door? Yes. Go do your
yes.
homework. Make sure that so and so do what they supposed to do. And then that was that. So as each of us came home, it was like, yo, you gotta make sure you give mom a call. And we were spread out. So my brother, when he got home, he had to call my sister. And if they came together, they both would talk to my mom. But then when my other brother got home, then when I got home, you had to make that phone call. Let her know you done made it in the house. Not my
Hmm.
brother or sister calling for me. I had to call.
Yes,
So yeah.
yeah,
Pressure. Pressure.
yes.
I was a
Yeah.
latchkey kid. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
I'm still a
That's a lot of
latchkey kid.
independence for a child.
Uh
Like,
oh. Say it again.
What did you
that's
do
a
when
lot.
you got home?
I had to do homework. Miss Macon was not playing that.
Mm-mm. No, she
I
was
had to do
not.
my work.
No, she was not.
So you were not a latchkey kid.
No,
So
I
paint your picture. What you did after school.
my parents would pick me up after school, and
Mhm.
then I would come home. I would do like my start my homework, like just start that was all like homework was kind of like my thing. Like I had to come home and do
Hmm.
homework first. And
Mhm,
then like if my friends came over and my homework was finished, then I was able to go ahead and go outside and play.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I might take an occasional nap here or two because anybody know me, I like to take a nap.
That
So
girl like a nap. She
She
like a
get that
nap.
from her
The
mama.
naps
She like
came
a
into
nap.
play. Yes.
Hmm.
That was a big difference, I think, especially from like me to my kids. Like, yeah, I
Mhm.
came home, let myself in, fed us, cleaned up, everything. But my kids, no, yeah. They got picked up from school, they got dropped off at school.
Mhm.
They're more
Yeah.
guard.
I
They're more
remember
Yeah,
Why did
it's
I
that
protected
remember
it's
change?
generation. More
different.
protected
Yes.
generation. I don't think the
Yes.
kids see
yes.
the. I don't think I could even with my kids leave them home by themselves because I don't
Yeah.
think they know what to do with that.
Mm.
Too scared. I mean, it's a lot. I
Yeah.
don't know. I
It
don't know
did
if it was
why?
something
Why did
protecting
why did
them.
we change
Yeah,
that? Why
that's
did
a
we get
why
so
did that
afraid?
change?
I can honestly say for me, I because we growing up in the 80s, for those of us that remember, we've seen a lot of things.
Hmm.
The only difference is that we didn't have the technology that we have now.
Right.
Hmm.
And we witnessed a lot of high crime, especially in South Florida. So for us, as parents, I think because of what we saw, we became a little bit more protective of our children, and
Yeah.
we made it a thing to where we need to make sure that we drop them off at school, we pick them up, we made sure that we were always present and always there. And I really do think it's because of some of the trauma we've experienced growing up. And even though it was great back then, but we've seen some things that we're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we need to really, we at right now, I'm looking back and I'm saying to myself, maybe I was just too, I held on to my kids too much. maybe I was just that, what they call the helicopter mother, because a lot of Gen Xers, especially
Mm,
Black Gen Xers, we
yeah,
became that helicopter parent, you know?
Mm.
And
I agree.
yeah, and I think that looking back, I'm looking at my kids, I'm like, does he know the streets? Is he street smart? Is he all right?
Mm,
Because it's
yeah,
like,
Mhm.
no,
it's
and he's
like,
not. And he's
and
not,
they're
and it's
not.
probably okay because ain't none of them.
Yeah.
No.
No,
you know?
no, not
Oh
at
my.
all. No, not at all.
Oh
No,
my
because I
goodness.
remember hearing the story about the little girl that she ran. It was a little girl supposedly had ran away. Everybody looking for this baby. Somebody found her, and she didn't run away. Her phone died, and she didn't know how to get back home. So
Oh
she
wow.
just was
Oh,
roaming
wow.
around aimlessly because
Oh
she didn't
wow.
know how to get home.
That is
Wow.
I'd have left. I'd have
crazy.
found her
Ooh,
and left her right where she was.
that's
No,
it.
no, because come on, you ain't figured it out. Like, you didn't
I'm
figure
not
it
about to
out.
say I'm not about to say nothing because I'm not I am, like I said, I'm an older millennial, but I use the GPS to go everywhere.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like
Oh my
for real.
gosh.
To your house.
Listen, the only depend on where I'm coming from.
Well,
so
that's true. That's
listen,
true.
so Cassandra, how many times I've been over to your house? I GPS. If I was taking
Wow.
Uber, I'm using
You don't know how to
GPS.
get to our house
Um,
without your GPS?
And
no,
she's been here about 4 times at least,
That's
minimum.
terrible. I only
and,
need
and
one
not even
time. I only need one time.
I didn't know
I
that.
can, friend, I can get to your house with no GPS. I can get all the way from Atlanta to Kia's, no GPS.
But it ain't
I'm a
hard. All you gotta do
landmark
is
type
find
of
the highway and
person.
keep
Listen,
driving.
hold up. Give me my props. Yes.
I
From
I'm a
Atlanta
guess.
to South Florida, no
I'm a
GPS.
landmark type of person. I know
We
where
don't
I'm
have
going
7
by
Eleven here, so
landmarks,
I don't have
but
any
Yeah.
Okay.
landmarks.
That's a
don't
good
ask
thing.
me
I was
what
going.
street I'm on. Please don't do that because I'm not gonna know what to tell you. I'm just gonna
Right.
be like, I'm on the corner where the CVS is across from the McDonald's.
Oh my.
And
You
I
know how
know
many
exactly where
CVSs
you
are on
are. I know
corners?
exactly where you're on Congress, aren't you?
Oh my
Okay,
God.
Yep.
great.
She on these two things is on the corner. Okay, we know where she at.
Oh, we got a statement in the chat. Let's pull it up real quick, friend.
Mm-hmm.
Community today is not how it was when I grew up. The neighbor no longer has permission to discipline each other's children. Ooh,
Okay, all right. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this real
let's
quick.
talk about
Let's
it.
talk about this real quick because why? Why? I believe there are strong reasons why. The village kind of was like, no, you can't discipline my kids. No.
Mhm.
And for me, I know it was kind of just looking at, I remember my daughters, I was doing her hair. Remember the little ballies and the barrettes? I'm doing her hair and it was a bucket. And I remember her digging through the bucket. She liked the way it sounded, making the noise. Well, it must have drove my aunt crazy. And my aunt made a comment talking about you young mothers, y'all just let y'all kids do whatever. She up there making all that noise with the barrettes. And my immediate thought was like, 3 of your kids are on drugs and 2 are in prison. I know we're not
That's
talking
where you
about
went with it?
what we
That's
allowing
where
kids
you
to do.
went with it?
Like that
Straight
was
away?
that was where I was at. And I'm going, are you really
Yikes.
critiquing? So it
Yikes.
kind of would make me like,
So I'm gonna say, Kia, yikes.
just saying, like,
You said
we
in your
gonna
She
mind,
we gonna
you didn't hold
judge
Auntie,
nothing back.
parenting
you
styles.
came for me and I didn't send for you. So this is what you're gonna get.
You're gonna get this
Like,
smoke.
Listen,
You're getting this smoke.
listen, they go look,
Yeah.
you take it all the way down. You
Oh
hear me?
my.
I
Wow.
think where
I
that where
didn't
that comes from though is that I feel like the certain generations don't know how to correctly communicate discipline.
Come
Yeah.
yeah.
on.
And
Agree.
and so
I agree.
Wisdom right there.
they will be
Yeah.
very like mean and like just they don't know how to communicate and it's always out of anger when
Yeah.
Yeah.
really you don't have to be angry all the time in order to discipline and
Yeah.
get your point across. So I
Hmm.
can understand why you reacted that way because why is her playing in the bucket that big of a deal to you? Like,
Right.
and if
Like
that
I'm a
was
whole
something that
terrible
was
mother because she playing with the barrettes. Like, come on
right,
now.
and that was something that
So
was
we,
bothering you,
as
there was a
parents, and
different
you
way to
talking about
communicate it.
the different levels and the different age groups, right? Even the parents that came, my parents' generation, they dealt with us how they knew how, and how did they learn from
Yeah.
their generations before,
Yeah.
and that's how they did it. They did it angry. They did it snatching you up and beating you with the cords and all of those things. And so we progressed. Now I think we may have progressed too far ahead now because we're doing all these timeouts and doing all this hard talking when somebody needs to get popped every now and then.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to get popped. Send the Bible.
Yeah.
We need to follow the Bible. Somebody needs to get popped. You can't, there's some things you can't talk children out of, but I do agree with you, Maya, is that the yelling and the screaming, I do not deal with people yelling at me well. I do. If you talking to me, I don't care who you are. That voice starts going up too many octaves. I'm going to close the imaginary window. And I am not talking to you anymore till you bring it down.
Yeah.
I agree.
Right.
You don't have to yell to be heard.
No.
Right.
Because you can still be loud and wrong.
You're just loud, and I'm not listening. I've disconnected from the conversation at this point.
Listen,
yeah, and so I think that's like it's important to know like discipline is supposed to be correction, not you angry.
Not
it shouldn't be
Right.
you're angry now, and instead of you disciplining now, you just lashing out.
And I think you taking stuff out that happened a long time ago. Like you really couldn't be beating them that long about the barrettes, could you?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it really about the barrettes?
Yeah. It's not about, it ain't about the barrettes at all.
It was deeper.
Done. Listen, y'all, we've reached that point where we're going to go ahead and run our ad. But when we come back, we're going to talk about ways that we can possibly fix the community right after this.
Hello, beautiful. Welcome to Kimmy Elegance, where luxury meets healthy hair. Created by professional stylist Kia Blaine of KB Hair Designs, Kimmy Elegance is a hair and body care collection made with nourishing oils and botanical ingredients that support your self-care routine without unnecessary compromise. From rosemary, amla, fenugreek, black cumin, and jojoba in our luxury hair growth oil, to argan jojoba and sweet almond oil in our Pure Protect elixir, every product is created to care for your scalp, strands, and skin with intention. Healthy hair, radiant skin, luxury without health compromise. Shop Kimmy Elegance today.
All right, y'all. Friend, that was getting lit. I was here for it. That conversation was going really, really well. I was here for it. Go ahead and do your thing, friend.
I don't have nothing to do. Guys, go ahead and click the link below if you need some healthy hair products or some healthy skin products. We have them over at Kimmy Elegance. A lot of the products today, I don't know if you've noticed, especially on social media, there's a lot of things showing all the carcinogens. There's all these class action lawsuits about the companies knowing that there was deadly. Listen, buy some healthy stuff. Put it on your skin, safe enough for everybody. It does. Our hair growth oil does have herbs, so yeah, you check your allergies. Other than that, we're great. We're good to go. Healthy ingredients.
Awesome sauce. So now I will start with the announcements, and they are as follows. Make sure you all go over to www.themelaninmindset.com and shop today. We do have MFR t-shirts that helps us to continue to bring to you amazing content, awesome messages, and encouragement for the community. So make sure you all go over there, grab your MFN t-shirt. We have a few coloring books left, and we even have mugs on www.themelaninmindset.com. So scan that QR code now. All right. Last but not least, and I'm gonna make it brief because the conversation was getting good. Do you have I erased it. Doggone it. You guys got questions and you don't want everybody in your business? Submit at www.themelaninmindset.com. Scroll all the way to the bottom and fill out the information box there. You can submit your MFN questions for a segment that we have called MFN Questions. We'll be doing one today. We do have a question, so stay tuned for the end of the episode where we'll allow our guests to chime in on today's MFN question. You can also submit them to the melanatedmindset@gmail.com as well as in our DMs. Just DM us if you want to. All right. So I'm gonna bring the guests back out so that we can pivot into the next phase of tonight's episode. Y'all give it up one more time for the one time. And if you're not already subscribed on YouTube, make sure that you do that. If you haven't liked yet, go ahead and like, turn on those notifications, all that good jazz. Friend, let's get back to it. We do have a comment that came in just now.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
My neighbors and I had each other's back. We shared if you needed something. We were like family. Everyone knew each other, and guess it was something else gonna go there. But yeah, like that whole I will say, like, when I lived in an apartment, we had like the little community thing going on. So, I knew I could go to we were in townhouses. So I knew I could go to either one of them four houses and them little quadrants and be like, you got some milk, you got some sugar. They knew my kids. They tell me, oh, I see your daughter had a friend over. Oh, really? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I love that. I love a nosy neighbor. All right,
Yes.
when those kids were small, yes, I loved the nosy neighbor that was gonna tell all the tellings.
Yes. Yes. I grew up with my grandma, so and all of her older friends, and so the neighbor across the street was the lookout. But this
The
is the
looky
one,
loo.
ironically, that had cataract and all kinds of eye issues. She said she was half blind, but
Uh,
Saw everything.
but let me tell you something. Let me go out with somebody, Rosetta. Who left with some boy in a blue car, and the tag number was
Not the tag
88.
number.
Lady,
She
Oh,
couldn't see.
you're supposed to
The
be
tag
blind.
number.
you
Oh
couldn't see, but you
no.
saw all
Baby,
that, huh?
on any other day, baby, can you come get this for me? Because you know Miss Betty can't see. I'm like, wait a minute, you saw
Miss
a
Uh,
Betty see
tag
what she
number.
wanna see.
That part. But in that time, that was like our Instagram because God forbid anything
Not
happened
your
to me. She was,
Instagram.
yeah, man.
yeah,
Well, she was
yeah,
on Instagram. God
yeah,
forbid
she
anything happened
was.
to me. She would know to tell my grandma I was in this blue whatever. It says
Uh
the
huh.
tag number was whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so I appreciate it now, but back then it was the most annoying and perplexing thing. You are blind, you say, but you can
So
see
you
Allegedly.
behind them
say.
granola bars. Yeah.
Hmm.
Listen, she just said that was the Instagram. Do y'all think social media has ruined community?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
resounding.
Yes.
I'm
I'm,
gonna say
I'm on the
Yes
fence.
and no.
now. Listen, y'all know I can't stand social media. I feel like it is rotting everybody's brain. It is
Sure is.
ruining true communication. But let me tell you
Yes.
something. If you got a community, the social media, they're gonna find. If
They're
you
gonna
put on
find
social
you.
media that you can't find your baby, they will have where's she at? What does she have on? Okay, I live in this area. If you in the right groups, that's them Facebook groups.
Right.
Anytime I see a siren, all I gotta do is go on Boynton Beach Community. Within an hour, I know why them police was at the corner.
Right.
Yeah.
So with that aspect, I will say sometimes social media does play a part in creating a community where we wouldn't have one because we would be somewhere sitting here scrolling.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
I feel like it's a
True.
mixed bag.
It
It
is.
really
Mhm.
it really is 50-50 because sometimes you can cultivate a really good community online. But then I also think you can also curate a false sense of community as well.
Yeah. Yes.
And
Fair.
So
Yes.
so it's
we're gonna
really,
say 90-10. We ain't gonna say 50-50.
Yeah,
It
50-50
definitely
yeah,
is a push.
it's
I
definitely a
got it.
90-10. That's the little
Mhm.
10% good we get out of social
I got
Mhm.
media.
it. I
You
got
yeah,
it.
get a lot of good out of it. I think it's how you use it, right? How do
yeah.
you
Absolutely.
use your social media? Social media is the only way that you could reach anybody anywhere in the whole world.
Yeah.
I mean, so it has its perks. I think it's what you do with it, how you use it. You just talked about the communities that you could create. How can you want to get something out? Here we are on social media. You have a
Mm-hmm.
message that you want to project or to portray. Where else can you go? Where you could just log in, go live, and have people join you, and you can share your thoughts, your voice, your
Yeah.
business, whatever it is. Free promotion of your
Yeah.
business. You don't have to pay nobody, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So,
that's
but it's
fact.
supposed to do the scrolling, and then it picks up on those algorithms, and now it's sending you all this stuff. Now you're on there for hours and hours and hours, and you're not communicating with the people right in the room with you.
Right in
Right.
your immediate community.
They're right there.
Now,
Uh-huh.
You're
like
busy looking
the
down.
the community aspect on social media, it's viable too. Because
Right.
I was in a group on Facebook, and I'll keep it a buck. Like, I wouldn't know Josie if it wasn't for the fact that I was
Right.
in this
See?
Facebook group, and
Right.
I met someone else in the Facebook group,
Right.
went out to hang out with that someone else, and that someone else introduced me to Josie. And
There
that's
you
how
Yeah.
go.
I met
There you
her,
go. Connections can be made.
technically through the Facebook. It was
Yeah.
technically because of
Mm-hmm.
the Facebook group. I was like, I'm
Hmm.
tired of sitting in the house. I need to meet more people. It's actually
Right.
a group of people who they just go out to hang out. It's not,
Yeah.
it's literally just get together and hang out type stuff. And so,
Right.
yeah, social media has its benefits. I wouldn't
It
go
does.
50-50 either. I might give it like a good 30-70, but
Okay.
that 30 is standing strong.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
Mm.
I'm a,
standing. It's
that
standing
that
strong.
it's
Yes, it
standing
is.
strong. That 30% is standing pretty firm
Yes, it is.
because it has created. I met a few people through that group, but I'm gonna be for real that I'm solid people I've been
Yeah.
able to surround myself with
Hmm.
as a
Hmm.
byproduct of being
Mhm.
in a Facebook group.
Right.
I
So
agree.
yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
so yeah. I had a question before the break.
Uh-huh.
I went down to where we got notes about elders, right?
Mm-hmm.
Respecting your elders and stuff like that. I wanted to get a perspective on that. Let me see. Oh, does
Are you
being
coming for me in
older?
that situation? Because I felt
Oh,
like
no, no, no. Anybody, anybody.
she said
Um,
your elders. I said, wait a minute.
no. Does someone being older automatically make them right? And what does respecting your elders look like today?
No,
Mhm, mhm,
no.
mhm.
Just because you're older does not make
Yeah.
you right, because a lot of people like to weigh in on their age as being wise and being the all-knowing. And honestly, a lot of older people make mistakes. A lot of older people do a lot of things. A lot of older people do not take accountability of a lot of things they've done before and even now. I've actually went through an experience where you had to confront someone older because of their issues.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, and when I did that, they looked at me as if I had 10 heads.
Mhm,
And it's like, you can't, you can't, let me just put it this way. You cannot go get through life thinking you can get away with so much at your age.
Yeah.
mhm,
Okay. So, yes, I believe older people, there are older people that, again, do not take accountability for of their actions. And what's the word where there's a sense of entitlement as well because they're older.
Mm.
So to
Yeah.
me, it's like you have to also give credit to the younger folks because the younger folks are actually, they know more than us.
mhm,
Yeah.
And because they're younger, we need to learn from them. While
mhm,
it's
Mm-hmm.
not always us they need to learn from, but we need to learn from them as well because they're teaching us everything that's going on out there. I would not be where I'm at today if it weren't for, my nieces, my nephews, and children telling me, "Hey, mom, this is not what's here now. This is what's going on now." Or,
Mm-hmm.
"Mom, I didn't like the way you spoke to me." Like now, I believe, especially in our generation, we're looking back and saying, you know what, we also need to be a little bit more open with our kids. The older
Yeah.
generation were not older open with us. So we had to find out things on the streets,
Mm-hmm.
or friends. So it's a it's a fully loaded question when it comes to dealing with some older people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. Because I feel like just because you get older doesn't automatically mean wisdom comes along with that age.
Come on now.
Um,
Shaking my head.
so
Mm-hmm.
so there's a lot of people who are older, but
Yes.
still, like you said, don't take accountability, don't know how to properly speak to people. I
Hmm.
feel like because older people feel like they're older, they can talk to you any kind of
Any
way,
kind of way. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and you're not supposed to say anything back because they're
Mhm,
older. But
mhm,
I'm not the type of person that is going to allow anybody to speak to me any kind of way. I really don't care how old you are. Am I going to be disrespectful? No. I am going to assert myself, though, and let you know that, hey, like, you don't have to speak to me that way. Like,
That part.
that wasn't the proper way to address me. And older
Mm-hmm.
people will look at you like you have 10 heads.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you feel like you have the nerve to speak to me? But they have to learn how to properly communicate, and a lot of them don't.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
The
mhm.
in you know, in the workforce, they have these training, soft skills and stuff. Has that ever been, I'm asking the people in the workspaces, has that ever been a training where they teach the older generation how to communicate with the younger generation?
Why would they separate
I'm
out
just
the
saying.
older people? I think that's some kind of form of discrimination in the workplace.
It was because now they had them DEI lessons where they teach you about different cultures. So no,
okay. In DEI, they also teach you about elder care. They teach you about elder care, how to manage interactions with elders in DEI. Now, did they give seniors one version of DEI and young people another version?
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm asking is, in that training, like I always hear where you're trying to learn how to speak to the elders, but is there ever a point, segment 2.3 where it kind of communicates to elders how the new generation might be?
It's a blanket, right? It's a blanketed teaching. It's not like
now I definitely had a training where it was how to teach across the generations, because teaching cosmetology, I could have had a student that was 50 and I could have had a student that was 16. Right. So it did highlight the different generations and how they respond socially to things. Right. So that's all I'm asking. Like,
girl, it sounded
does it seem one-sided?
It's even. So you will learn.
Can I say when I was talking about, the older people just by age falling to the default that they already have wisdom based on their age, I think that's a misnomer. Nobody believes that anymore. Right. However, I think it's important that you create a community where you have somebody from every age, because you can learn from different generations. I always keep people around me that come from all different ages, because I know I can learn something from all of them. And especially when I'm in business and I'm trying to do things and do events, I'm asking for and I'm taking it in. Say, "Ooh, I never would have seen it that way. Thank you for sharing." But on that same note, when you ask for that said input, you got to be open to receive it.
Yes.
Right.
You got to be open to receive it, no matter where it comes from. If it comes from a young child, if it comes from somebody in their 20s, if it makes sense, make application.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I with my 5 sons, I've always taught them respect is earned, and you don't have to just take anything from anyone just because they are of a certain age. You have so many elders now saying, "Oh, well, I'm too old now to change," or "I'm too old now to listen," or receive critique. It is. And so then you have a breakdown in generations, like with Maya and our generation, because they feel like there's no connection. So why should I even listen to you? And then that comes across as disrespect to our elders, and not understanding that just because you are of a certain age doesn't automatically put you in a light of wisdom and everything. And I'm with you. I learned a whole lot from my children. Like,
they teach you if you want to know.
And I do. I usually have aha moments with them. So growth.
That's facts. That is fact.
And I do feel like I'm slower to clap back if you're a little older.
Yeah, I was gonna say like what Maya had said. Maya was like, if they are older than her, then yes, she does have a tendency she will correct them, but she'll be cautious in how she goes about it.
It's a little
She's not
different.
just gonna snap off on them, but she's still gonna stand up for herself. And she used the term respect. So when it comes down to respecting your elders, what does respect for elders look like today?
It depends on who you are and what age group you're in. Like, I'm in my older age group. I'm not going to disrespect the old people. I'm just going to let them have that. I'm going to say something under my breath, though. Right? But I'm not going to say nothing to them. I'm like, all right, Miss Jones. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I understand. Yeah, Lord.
Yeah.
Like, there are always those people you grew up with that were always negative. I had this aunt, God rest her soul. She always found what was wrong with you. You don't never do such and such. I thought you was gonna do this. What happened to that? Why your hair what happened to your hair? Oh my goodness, I can't believe you doing that still. I mean, she never had anything good to say, so much so that when she passed And you know how people have to say something nice about you?
Yes.
I was listening going, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
That's when they get up there, they be like, well, you know,
She
this
was
is so and
always
so.
so
Go
nice and so
command.
kind. I was like, am I at the right funeral? This is not. This is not it.
Had to pull the fan out. I bet it
But you
got
know,
warm.
people like that, that's
I
typically
got the fan, and I just started going,
Yeah.
fan it off, fan it off, fan it
Listen,
off.
thank
that is
goodness
not
for
it.
Chat GPT today, because a lot of people's eulogies are probably way better than they were
Yes,
back
you
in the
want
day.
it to
Because
be
Chat
real.
more
Bring
more
that
GPT,
more
together.
factual. They're a little more
you know,
factual.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
You didn't ask me to say nothing at the funeral because I would just told the truth in love.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yes, you would have. Yes,
I
you
sure
would have.
would have. This is why
Sure
they
would
didn't
have.
ask me to speak at the
That's
funeral.
why they didn't ask you to
That's why
speak
they
at.
did.
Mm-mm,
Right.
mm-mm,
Oh
Oh man.
goodness.
mm-mm.
Fran, you
Okay.
want to jump down to segment 7
About
or
rebuilding
8?
the community
It's
or
8, I'm
7.
sorry.
Oh yeah, let's kind of hit on this one. So when we use the term black community, do you guys still feel like black community still exists? Does black community still exist?
I think so.
Oh.
I
Mm-hmm.
think so. I have so much hope. I
Yeah.
really do. I have
You have
hope,
hope,
and
but does
I
it
have hope.
exist?
And but no, it does exist, but it's very small. We
Mm-hmm.
have become a minority within our minority.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oof.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's true. It is true.
Okay. And I look at it because now we're looking, we're not using, you know, our minds and our experiences to really hold on to what we have. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't think a lot of, and I'm going to include young, mid, older, we have lost ourselves when it comes to community. But like I said,
Yeah.
I still have hope, and I have a small community. Because
Yeah.
without community, you're not able to grow. Without
Mm-hmm.
community, you're not able to express yourself. You're not able to build businesses. Listen, as someone that has been in the cosmetology industry for over 30 years, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yeah.
and
Our community
and
changed a
Kia
lot.
and Makita, we all are cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
We know that when it comes to hair salons, it is a small community. We're able to digest and share each other's pain, what we go through, our relationships, our children,
Yep.
our
Yeah.
family.
That's what the chair
That's what
does.
it was. And even in the salon community, we don't have that anymore. There's no
Nope.
more that great. You can go to the salon, sit down, wrap, get your hair done, and you release what needs to be released. We don't have that anymore.
And
Even in
that
our
was
own,
actually where a lot of the where the generations would come together.
Right.
Yep.
yes,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Barbershop
That
and the hair
salon was
salon.
definitely the melting pot for sure.
yes, the salon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, now if you're talking about, the culture of communities, I have three of my children that live in Atlanta,
Mhm.
outskirts of Atlanta. And I love that, like when my son's community, when I walk through the community, you see Black families and they're very, hello, how are you? You know what I mean? They're very
Yeah.
connected. It gives me such joy. And it's
Hmm.
a nice sized community too, where you see Black family after Black family, and they're doing all right.
It is
You know,
nice
Mm-hmm.
to
trying to
Oh,
see.
connect. And even
yes.
though they don't know us,
Yes.
because we come there to visit, they're like, hey, you're Adrian's parents. So good to see you.
Yes.
I heard you guys were coming through. I mean, I love it. It is
Mm-hmm.
culturally different. But when
Yeah.
you see our people coming together where, this is just the no ofendito is what we say. We don't want to offend. But when you can see neighborhoods where the people are taking care of their yards and
Yes.
everybody
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
takes care of their stuff,
Yes.
right?
Listen.
Yeah.
Everybody's considerate of the neighborhood, and the neighborhood doesn't look run down. You ain't got 1,500 cars in the yard.
Mm-hmm.
Look at they live and they taking care of themselves. You
Yeah.
love it because we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
We're capable of doing that. And so I love seeing that. And even though my neighborhood may not have been like, I shout out to Mangonia Park in between Revere Beach and West Palm, it's a
Mm-hmm.
little
Mm-hmm.
ship, right? But everybody knew everybody, and they're still connected to this day. You know,
Wow.
a lot of the parents that I grew up with, they're gone on to be with the Lord, right? But some of them
Mhm.
are still there. They're still connected, and the kids of those generations are still friends. I love that.
Yeah.
Can I
I
add
love that.
something? Can I mention something? I'm glad you said when you go to Georgia and then you see the beautiful neighborhoods, black families. It's black excellence.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I remember, I kid you not, my first time I went, I did not know we had an upper middle class neighborhood in Miami Gardens.
Mm.
I did not know that. As of
Mm-mm.
last
I'm
year,
learning
how long
something
have
new.
I been in Florida? As
Look,
of
I'm
last
learning something
year.
new.
Yes,
Mhm.
listen. And I was invited because I have a client of mine that lives in that neighborhood. And I'm driving around and all I see is black families. These homes are beautiful, big, but all you see is black people doing
Mhm.
their thing. And this is a very old established neighborhood in Miami Gardens. And I'm
Mm.
like, this is, and you feel at home when you go through the neighborhood because this is what it's supposed to be about. This is
Yeah.
what community is supposed to look like physically. But at the same time, you see everyone greeting each other, going outside, helping each other cut the grass. How you
Yeah.
doing today? You know, we need that.
Mhm.
Need that. And I can honestly say in my neighborhood, I live in a townhome, it's not the greatest, but I have really good neighbors. We take
Yeah.
care of each other's plants. We take care of each other's home. We look out for
Mhm.
each other's children. That's the
Yeah.
way it's supposed to be.
Supposed to be that way.
Mhm. Y'all, I'm gonna have to go out here and learn my doggone neighbor's name.
You might want to go and
Yeah.
try to do that, Kim.
Listen,
That's
Make
your
no sense.
hey,
homework. That's
that's
your
And make
we
no
gonna. I'm
homework.
gonna
sense at
ask
this
you next
point.
week. Y'all comment next week when y'all watch us next week.
Your
Comment and
homework.
ask her
Do
what's
you
her
know your
neighbor's
neighbors? You
name.
only
You
have
got an
5
Mhm.
assignment.
people to get to
Neighbor.
know.
Yes.
Listen, I'm gonna have to
Not a
get my
lot of
neighbors'
names.
names because I know their faces and they know mine,
Mhm.
and they are definitely on their kids. When their kids get to dropping trash and stuff out there, they be fussing. They'll go
Mhm.
down there on their side of the building and be throwing your stuff on the floor. Go pick it up, like oh.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's
So
laugh about it, but it's important. Like, okay,
It
so if anybody
is.
know me knows I love my crime shows and I watch a lot of crime shows.
Oh no.
So many, yes, yes, yes.
I do
That's
I
too.
That's
like
why.
it.
We got a
so. But I
community for
learned
crime
there was
show.
a lady that was in her house deceased for almost 3.5 months,
Oh
Yikes.
my
and
God.
no one thought anything of it. So, like you said, when your
I
neighbor,
was
you had
only in
came
there for
down
three
those
and a half
stairs.
days.
Right.
Mhm.
3 months, this lady had a heart attack and
And
died
nobody
at
knew.
home,
How
and
sad is that?
nobody paid attention to the fact
Nobody
that
knew.
nobody knew. So
Right.
Wow.
it's not even just a social thing. It's a
Right.
health thing too.
It's a health thing.
Mhm.
It's a
Yeah.
humanity thing as well. Just
Yeah.
to to notice that, and now people have this thing about, oh, you my business, or you being nosy, or
Yeah. No,
I don't
Every
like
man,
kind of
ain't
nobody.
business
no
you want somebody
nosy
to be
people.
involved in.
Yes. But you need nosy people because, like I said, when I watch my crime shows, the nosy ones know, yeah, she ain't left their house in 2 days. I watched
Hmm.
this car come back and forth, and it solves
Mhm.
crimes and it helps families. I mean, it sounds cynical at the time, but it makes sense. It's a health thing. It's a humanity thing. So yeah, that it's more than just social. It's more than just saying hey. It's more than just knowing a name because you don't know when you might need someone. So
Right.
They don't
Yeah.
care. That's
like
facts.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
don't want to be sitting up in here and I'm choking on something and ain't nobody checking on me, especially if you live alone.
Right.
It's
Mm.
Yeah.
really, really like, so for those that have spouses, it's a little bit different because, and children living in
Child,
your
it
home,
ain't.
but
Somebody need to check on them too. Somebody need to check on
you
them
know what?
too.
You know what?
I know couples and one sleep in this room and one sleep in that room. They don't see each other. So yeah, check on everybody. Just check on
Check on
everybody.
everybody.
Hmm.
Okay,
Check on them
gotcha.
all. Listen, I'm gonna
Check
ask
on
one final
everybody.
question, and then we're gonna do the MFing question, and then we're gonna let you
Okay.
all give how people can follow you. So, if you all could give one tip to the community, the Black community, like leave them with a final thought, what would it be? And I guess we can start with Cassandra, and then we work our way. Maya, Coach Beck, Val.
Take my medication. Sorry.
Oh, oh, that's okay.
Sorry.
I
Take my
guess
medication.
one So wait a
All
minute.
right.
Repeat the question. What?
I'm so
Repeat the question.
sorry.
I guess I need to take
Girl,
my
go take your
medication, whatever
medication.
that
Oh my God.
One piece of advice that you would leave for the Black community, like on our next steps, how we
On
can make it
rebuilding,
better.
on
Yeah.
rebuilding the
is. On
community.
rebuilding the
Yes.
Yeah.
community.
What steps can we take to rebuild the Black community? Give us one.
Um, one step. I would say be open to diversity. It doesn't
Mm.
always have to look like what we look like or be how we are. So I would say just be open to diversity. Yeah.
That's a
Okay.
good
Maya.
one.
I think closing the gap between the older generation and the younger generation
Mhm.
and being able to learn from each other in a productive way would definitely push us in the right direction if we can just come together and not look more at our differences, but more of like what we can pull from each other.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
Coach Beck.
I would
Okay.
say slow down. I know that when we leave to
Mm-hmm.
go out from our homes, we're in a rush. When we come home, we're in a rush to get in. We can't get that garage or door open fast enough. And to just slow down and see if you see a neighbor outside and just check in on them and say, "Hey, how you doing?" Just checking in. Go outside, take a walk down your street and check in and just say hello and develop a conversation with the people on your block at least because it is important. You never know what
Yes.
somebody's going through and they need to just have somebody speak to them or whatever. That's how we can start closing the gap one person at a time.
Mm.
Mhm.
And Val.
I think mentoring the next generation, learning to mentor the next generation authentically, and not only that, but just making sure that we are providing great information for the next generation so they can become self-reliant, which they are, but develop more grit and develop more, love, and also help them develop the foundations of building a community.
Mm,
Mhm.
love it, love it, love it. So, friend, did you want to chime in on that one, or are we gonna jump into that MF in question?
Go ahead and jump into the MF in question. I wanted to know what and then Queen 2390, what you mean the root causes? I would like you to elaborate more on that while we ask the MF in question.
Please do, please do. All right, so here we go. Tonight's MF in question. I'm a woman in my mid 20s, so I know I wasn't around when invited to the cookout became a thing. But can someone explain why we're giving out invitations like they're buy one, get one free? Somebody knows the words to a Beyonce song, seasons their food, or says something funny, and suddenly they have a lifetime membership. I'm not wrong for thinking we need a cookout committee before we keep approving these applications. Am I?
Hmm. That's a
Okay.
question.
They not
Wait.
wrong.
Wait, so what was she saying that we're too free
Yeah.
in giving out cookout
Yeah,
invitations?
everybody's getting invited to the cookout. So, I know what I think it means when you're invited to the cookout. And
Well,
so
maybe you
I'm
should
thinking
start us
that's what
off
they're,
because that
yeah,
was
I
a
think that's what they're referencing. Like, you know how somebody who may not be melanated might cook some real good food or make a good baked mac and
Oh,
Yeah,
cheese.
and then we just
And
be
then
Hmm.
like, "Oh,
it's
you
like, oh,
invited to
you
the
invited to the
cookout."
cookout. And
Hmm.
it's
Not
like we just inviting everybody to the cookout. Like, is there no prerequisite that actually exists? I guess. And I'm probably over formalizing this statement, but it's just like the why is everybody getting invited to the cookout? You
Hmm.
know, we just passing out passes to any and everybody to let them in. And
I
I thought
don't
it was a
think
good
so.
question because a good statement question. I guess I'll say it that way because we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about rebuilding the Black community, and it's like, well, why are we just letting everybody in? We just giving everybody a pass.
yeah.
Yeah,
Black
that's
people, we got
true.
to start gatekeeping a little bit more.
not
Yes.
gatekeeping.
There you go.
We need to start
wow.
Not the
gatekeeping more
gatekeeping at
because
the cookout.
Wow.
Yes.
We
She's
outside,
being
Maya.
I
Why we got
honest.
a
She's
gatekeep
being
outside?
honest. She's
we
being
Oh
have
honest.
Lord.
to. Because I'm sorry, like just because a white person can dance and they got a little rhythm, don't mean they invited to the
I knew
cookout.
she was gonna have more to say about this
Oh
one because of
Lord.
the
mm-hmm.
person who made the comment. She gets where they're
Oh
coming from.
Jesus.
hmm
I
Every
Yeah,
time
think
I
I
look in
think
the
so
comment
too.
section, they, "Oh, you invited to the cookout." I'm like, when did we?
I think
Why are
so
we
too.
even
I'm
doing
gonna
this?
say this. I think this generation, especially that age, Maya's age, with us having the students, I don't know where. And see, also too, I'm gonna say this: I'm from up north, so there's a little bit of a difference in how the races interact with each other.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
I'm from. Everybody was always invited to the cookout. There
Yeah.
wasn't no you can't come. Now you may have had assignments. You might have only been allowed to bring ice, or but
Oh, we know your
everybody's
mac and
invited.
cheese is
Yeah, you bring
Yeah,
that
like no,
popsicle, the
don't you ain't gotta
multi-flavor
bring nothing,
chips.
just come, just
Hmm.
show up. Like there was I don't remember it ever being like
Mm-mm.
only
Somebody
you could
said it
come
shouldn't
and
be that easy.
you
What is
can't
happening?
bring your white friend. Like, no, everybody came to the cookout. It wasn't a thing. I even said that one time to a friend of mine because I noticed how when we would go to gatherings at their houses and stuff, how the rooms would just separate. Like the men will
Mm.
go over here and the women will go over here.
Yeah.
But when I grew up, we didn't do that. Everybody commingled. It was never that separation. So I'm gonna say for me, like everybody was already invited to the cookout. And that was something I did see a black lady say, like, you lucky that we just want to be left alone and that we not trying to get even. Like, really just leave us alone and let us live our beautiful lives. Because naturally we are nurturing people and
yeah.
Yeah.
we want to
Yeah.
love everybody, but y'all make it hard.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
want to.
I
We
think
want
that's
to invite
more.
everybody. We want the unity. But then you got the Karens of it all and all the
Mhm.
other nonsense and the microaggressions. And it'd be like, you know what? No, you can't come to the cookout.
Are
I
you are
think
you
that's what
missing
I'm
Coach
trying to
Beck's
say.
faces down here? It's killing
Yeah.
me.
Believe something, Maya.
I think
Okay.
that's what I'm trying to say is that I'm not saying that there isn't shouldn't be other people invited to the cookout. I just think that we should be more selective on who we're bringing into our spaces.
Yes.
Because like if you're like on social media a lot, you'll see people who are like become big time influencers because black people gave them a platform, and then
Mm.
all of a
Yeah.
sudden
Okay.
you'll see them go and they be like they like old tweets come out and they were saying this about black people and they were being racist or things of that nature, and I'm
Okay.
like, well, we was hyping them up and we're the reason they have this platform, but
Mm.
obviously
Mhm.
Yeah,
they
the
don't have that
cookout is a
same
So the
figurative
respect.
cookout
thing.
is more
It's not real.
symbolic
It's
of
figurative. It's
Yeah.
okay.
like you're inviting them into a culture and saying that they're a part of a culture that in reality they are not a
They're
part of
not
that
Yeah.
culture,
understood.
but only
Okay.
because they relate with the culture or they vibe with somebody who's a big part of the culture or they maybe even support somebody who's a big part of the culture. And so it's like, or maybe you're taking part in a trend, how we prepare things, how we do things. Now it's like, oh, they invited to the cookout. And so the concept of just telling everybody that they can be a part of a specific culture, when in reality, it's a whole lot more that goes into being a part of Black culture than just being able to, as some of the older people may say, shuck and jive. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it's
I
more
think
to
there's
it
a
than that.
thing wherein we love, I say this all the time. I love my people. You know,
Mhm.
there's nothing like being at,
Yes.
the classic and going to
Yes.
the black rodeo and it's just something about it that does not
Mm,
take away from the fact that I love other cultures. I have
Correct.
sisters and brothers who do not look like me. So that's relational.
yes.
But I
Mm-hmm.
do get what Maya is saying. There's something about where you do have to make some kind of like, are we just letting them in just because we want to let them in? Or are
Mhm.
they
Yeah.
a part of who we are? There are some people who culturally do not look like me that are a part of my family, ride or die. But that does not, so me loving who I am and loving being around all this melanin does not mean that I hate anybody else. It's just we gotta
Yes.
love our own.
Correct.
There's something about when we get together, we can say
Mhm.
things a certain way. We don't have to say it, we
Mm-hmm.
can be thinking about it. And I
Mm-hmm.
know my children cannot, and I mean cannot, be around a whole lot of people because they might say anything. You know,
My
they
kids
just
Mm-hmm.
say
do.
anything.
My kids do.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to be free to be who
Mm-hmm.
you are and not have to feel guarded about what you're saying and where the conversation goes. And there's
Mhm.
culturally some things in how we talk and how we engage,
Yeah.
how we kiki that's different from other cultures. We want to be okay in the cookout, in the party, whatever it is. And we should be okay to be there. Everybody else doing it and don't make no excuses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So I see it's being used as a more
It's a
It's
uh
figurative
a
concept.
metaphoric.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm. And our baby girl had to figure that out first.
Wow.
Shout out to her. Shout out
I'm
to
so
her.
proud of her.
She did. So I'm proud of her too. But tell me
Mm-hmm.
get off the phone.
So, friend, they did elaborate. The person who said address the root causes, so they elaborated in the chat. I'm gonna put that on the screen for you, and then we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and start. We're gonna let our guests tell
Oh,
everyone.
communities thrive when they have access to quality education, stable housing, healthcare, good jobs, reliable transportation, and safer public spaces. Okay.
So that's the root cause. That was the tip for the
I
end,
mean, I
the
grew
final
up in a poor
question.
community, and I still feel like we had a stronger community than a
We
lot of these
did.
communities
I
Yes.
We
was
now.
gonna
did.
say we grew
We
up with
did.
not much or nothing, but I bet you nobody was hungry and everybody
Nobody.
had
Mm-mm.
something to
Okay.
Nobody.
wear.
Nobody went without.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
everybody hair was done. My shoot,
Because the lady
my
down on the
grandmother ran
corner
a
could press your
salon.
hair. There was
Yep,
somebody on the
Mm-hmm.
street that know
my
how to press
grandma ran a
your hair.
salon on the corner next to the
Yes.
church, right by the
Mm-hmm.
homeless shelter that my grandparents had. And
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so it was all in that same plaza.
You had the
The
lily
people
dilly
at the homeless
lady.
shelter
Y'all
would
know
get
what
their
lily
hair
dilly
done. My grandma was the lily dilly
Come
lady.
on, somebody gotta sell lily
And
dillies at the
we
house.
had those, and you
Come
get
on
the
now.
quilts. Oh my gosh. Yes,
That's
the
the
quilts,
days.
the
Those were
quarter
the
candy.
days.
I haven't had a lily dilly in so long. Ain't no lily dilly
Oh
Dilly
in
my
so
dilly, what is
lord.
long.
that?
Get it.
Girl, go to the corner, get yourself a pack of Kool-Aid, 2 cups of sugar in a red cup, stir it up, put
Oh.
it in the
Very high in
freezer.
sugar.
Freeze.
Very high
Yeah.
Very
in
high in
sugar.
Yeah.
sugar.
I'm too
Yes.
old for that now. I can't do it.
Yes,
Can't do
I
it
come.
no
I
more.
come
I
from a
might
long
get
line of candy
diabetes.
ladies. I
I
should be the
gotta be
candy lady.
careful.
Restart the
Mm.
community out here. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to Sam's. I'm gonna go to Sam's. I'm gonna be the candy
You
lady.
gonna be the candy lady?
Yeah, I'll be the candy lady
And
in
you
my
had all the
neighborhood.
snacks and whatnot.
You make a
Yeah.
killing. All them little kids be running around your
Oh, mother.
community.
She
Okay.
didn't work no job.
Oh, the
She did the
kids
little
play
dillies and
outside
candy.
here. The kids in
Mm-hmm.
my
Mm-hmm.
neighborhood, they play outside. I
They
sat in
do.
my
Mm-hmm.
car one day on the phone with Kia and telling her, like, friend, they are running up and down the street. They
That's
was
a
having foot
blessing because
races
kids
Boy,
do
and
not
That's
play
everything.
great.
You
outside.
don't see
They do
it.
not.
I was like, oh my gosh, these kids is outside.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
That's
Yes.
good.
amazing.
That's another thing that's attached to community. Actually, seeing, I think a few some Christmases ago, I actually saw some kids outside, and I was so astonished. I was like, "It's kids outside on Christmas Eve."
Outside. How
When
sad
I
is that
tell
we
you,
got to be
I used to
excited
go
about kids
outside
being
on
I don't know
outside?
how long I sat in my car looking at them kids running back and
that
forth
is
because I
such a
did not want to
delight,
pull. I had to leave, but I didn't want to pull out and interrupt their foot race because they was running up
right?
and down the thing, and I was
Yeah.
just
Oh.
watching them
Oh
Oh,
run.
my
that's so
Like,
My
God.
sweet.
kids
oh
went
my
outside.
gosh,
All my kids went outside. Like
I
go
loved
outside.
it,
I love it. Yeah, yeah. It
loved
gives it,
it.
and that then they begin to create a sense of community, and so
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
how
Yes.
it grows. Like you said, Maya, when you're in your bike gang, that's how you
Not
created
the
your
bike
sense
gang.
of right. When you
Mm-hmm.
We back at
Mm-hmm.
this
Yeah.
gang again, gang.
gang
Gang
gang,
gang.
you
On the
they
bike, on
create
my
their
little
own
pink
sense of
bike.
community. Right, 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 right.
I
Just
can't. She
having a
said on my
blast.
little pink bike. I love
Yeah.
it. Oh man, man. Oh, I don't want to end it, but we got to y'all. We over time. Listen.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna start with you, Maya. So how can people connect with you if they want to connect with you on socials?
I have a TikTok account. It is Queen Iman 16. And then I have an Instagram account. It is wolf.maya underscore.
Whoop.
All right. Coach Beck, how can they plug in with you and where can they find you?
On Instagram, revive_life_coach. And on Facebook, Revive Life Coaching Consultants, LLC. Come see about me.
Period.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Val.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Val. Val, if you don't want to share, we can go to Cassandra. Val said she wasn't giving her socials, y'all. Go ahead,
And that's
Cassandra.
fine.
And
And
that's
that's all
fine.
good.
She is gatekeeping her socials. Go ahead, Cassandra.
Okay, you sure
I'll do
about
it.
it?
I'll do it.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
Val.
No, no,
There
no,
you
no, no, no,
go.
no. You really don't have to. I was only clowning. I swear. You don't
No,
have
that's all right. It's okay. It's all right. It's Valerie Charles number 5.
to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it.
Good for you, Val. Thanks for being part of the
On
community,
Instagram.
Val.
On Instagram. Valerie Charles
See,
number 5.
Maya gave you some inspiration not to be a gatekeeper. I love that. So my IG, my Instagram is EWOPATL, which is Empower Women of Prayer, ATL, and Facebook Empower Women of Prayer, or my name. I have two. I have the ministry and I have my personal, which is Cassandra Pooh Ward Josie, Facebook.
Gotcha.
Friend, I
Period.
wanna give an extra space to Coach Beck and Cassandra because they both have community endeavors that they go after,
Mhm.
so that they can share with the viewers, so that they'll have a chance to plug in on a community level with these two ladies, because that would be beneficial in your long term for anybody that's viewing, now or in the future. So, Coach Beck, you can share with them what you're about, so that they know why it's important to connect with you, and then Cassandra, you'll go after her.
So I do also have the Revive community. My big initiative is, as a life coach, I connect with women to help move them from stuck to purpose. So I am a life coach. I do group coaching. I just had an event last Saturday. Amazing. We emphasize the importance of community, and you don't realize how many women out there need some safe space where they can be who they are, grow and become what they are supposed to be, and who God intended for them to be. So that's what we're all about.
Oh, beautiful.
Awesome. Awesome. Nice. So, Empowered Women of Prayer was birthed during the COVID. At the beginning of COVID, I like some of you know have 6 sons, so I was inundated with checking on each other, being there for each other, and then some of my friends who were empty nesters or just their children were grown, they were calling because like nobody's checked on me. Like, how you doing? Where
Mm-hmm.
where's your headspace? So God gave me Empowered Women of Prayer. We have 2 events per year, but we meet every Wednesday virtually. It is Christ based, but we're also realistic. We talk about, we begin it with, how are you doing? Where's your head at? How are you feeling that day? So if we have a woman that comes on and like, you know what, today is not the day. We have people that have actually gotten offline and gone to their house to be with them. So it's Christ centered, but it's also realistic, and it says Empowered Women of Prayer. We do have males that join, and I am a huge community oriented person. We have a blessing box if you're in Atlanta at the West End Library that we have various things we do throughout the year, and we place items in there, toiletries and different things for people to have. So yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
the yeah. So just chime in on Instagram. You'll be able to find me.
Love that. I could not let us close out and not give
Thank
you all
you.
a chance to share that, because those things can help not only the Melanin Mindset viewers or the MF and family out here, but it can also help anybody else who may come across this content and need somebody to
Absolutely.
connect with. So,
Absolutely.
friend, I'm gonna let you do that part that you do before we go.
All right, guys. So we had a great conversation today about community and what it means and how we can start rebuilding it. I did have a closing encouragement. It says community is not something we simply inherit. Community is something we practice. The village did not disappear overnight. It slowly weakened through neglect, fear, busyness, convenience, distrust, individualism, and pain. But that also means it can be rebuilt, not by hashtags alone, not by nostalgia, not by forcing people back into unhealthy excess,
Wow.
but through love, responsibility, respect, safety, accountability, communication, and consistent showing up. Maybe the better question is not only what happened to the community, but the better question is what part did each of us play in losing it, and what part are we willing to play in rebuilding it?
Wow. Oh,
Mm,
It's
Wow.
that's
good.
good. That's
That's
good.
great.
love
That's
that.
great.
That is
Yeah.
good. That is good.
So I'm gonna learn my neighbor's name. That's my homework.
Don't think we're not gonna check here.
You got this,
Okay.
friend.
Maria,
You got it. You
listen,
got it.
I'm gonna
load up
ask
the
you next
comments
time I
next
make an
week.
appointment.
Hmm.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I'm gonna see who I find out.
And shout
All
out to
right.
all the Jimmys out there.
Yeah,
All the
all the
things.
Jimmies, all the scruffy
All the
looking
Jimmys.
Jimmies.
All I am so sorry.
It's the
That's
way you
right.
did, and I need.
Everybody who knows Jimmy, who has seen Jimmy, got quiet. Wait.
They're like,
That's why I was like, "What does a
Mm.
Jimmy look like?" Like when you
mhm.
said, I'm like,
And I had no clue. I'm so serious.
Yeah.
She
I
walked
opened
right
my
into this. She
Jimmy.
set you up. You ain't have to shut up like
Yes,
that, Nappy.
she did. She
"My
did.
bad."
All
All right,
right,
well,
guys.
Quinn, go ahead. Do your.
So,
Oh, we got a comment. Oh no,
and
it says good job. Okay, that's it.
yes,
So.
until next time, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay melanated, stay blessed. Peace out.